Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls Top Striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector, and me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say it, knock it, Ryan.
Good evening to every single person down in the comment section. Really do appreciate all of you guys take the time out to join the show. Late night show, people. Only know me go already, people. Busy today, busy and things. So sorry about the late start, but the work have to continue. You get me, and say, my beautiful people. So I have a special guest. I'm going to bring on my guest for us to discuss the Concacaf Gold Cup. Yes, people, the 2023 draw today. Some said that Canada have the easiest group. Some say Canada going to win the Gold Cup. Let's see what's going to happen. But my boy Ryan from another mother. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the show.
How we doing? It's been a good night.
It's much great for you, bro. It must great for you with your group. It must great for you.
I'm feeling comfortable. And I think the draw really favored Canada because of course, I do like our chances against Jamaica, even with Hallgrímsson. I like the chances against Mexico in the semis, and then the final would probably be the USA. I like the chances. I really do. It should be not a cakewalk, but the group, yes. The knockouts, that's where it gets a little bit harder. But even then, I think Canada has just as good of a chance as any to win the Gold Cup.
We'll get into this Canadian team winning the Gold Cup. Definitely we'll get into that. But people, make sure you smash the like button. Share your thought down in the comment section. Really do appreciate all of you guys down in the comment section. So, my beautiful people, make sure that you hit the like button. All right. Yes. But Ryan, first and foremost, man, how do you feel about the whole CONCACAF Gold Cup going into this? Especially World Cup going to be in this region. How you feel about the Gold Cup overall?
For now, I think this will be a cool Gold Cup as the first Gold Cup of the cycle. Of course, the second Gold Cup, very likely, will have lots of guests from multiple confederations in 25. So this is the last normal Gold Cup for a while, so to speak, unless you count Qatar, but they were there in 21, so it's not too weird. But with that being said, Qatar is back. They get a chance to be semifinalists again. We have some really good teams growing as of now, and the Gold Cup should be very interesting for the first time in a while. 21 was fun, but with Suriname coming up, with Curacao coming up, with Jamaica, with Hallgrímsson, Guatemala, U.S., Mexico, and Canada all being great, the Gold Cup's going to be appointment television. It's going to be amazing this summer. It's going to be a fun one to watch.
I can see just a smile in your face about the Canadian national team. But realistic though, before we get into any Jamaican stuff, how many, if you grade the Canadian men's national team to win the Gold Cup, 10 out of 10 from scale to 1 to 10?
I would say 9. The only team I'm worried about is the U.S., but that's going to be in the final. It could beat Mexico. I'm not worried about that. Jamaica, Hallgrímsson could change the look against Canada, but again, I respect Hallgrímsson, but I still think Herdman's the better coach. I think Canada really wants to prove that the World Cup was just a lot of unluckiness, and they've already sort of done that. They're on their way to proving that the World Cup was just a really unlucky draw, and they were being as valiant as they could be, which it kind of fits how the draw really sort of outbalance the luck. Like, we've got a really lucky draw for this Gold Cup group. So as you look at it, and honestly, the Nations League as well, the semifinal. So the luck is starting to fall Canada's way, I would say. But with that being said, the only team I'm seriously worried about is the USA.
USA.
That's the only one I'm worried about beating Canada. I think everybody else, Canada's the favorite. Whether it's slight or super favorite, I think Canada's the favorite.
You think you can beat Mexico?
Yeah. We haven't lost to them since the last Gold Cup.
Okay. Let's see. But for on my side, for the Jamaican national team, listen, I've been watching football for a long time, watching the Jamaican national team for a long time. Yes, we always have good player represent for Jamaica, but this time around, it kind of a little bit different for the Jamaican national team. And I want to put it out there. I think the Jamaica national team always have good players, still have good players, but key fact for Jamaica, key is the coaching staff. We have more than 3. We have a goalkeeper coach that have a lot of experience, been there and done that in Euro and World Cup. Same thing, we have an assistant coach, very good at getting the best talent and all of these stuff. So we have coaches that have the experience. We have the team, we have players. And I think this Reggae Boyz team going to be totally different Reggae Boyz team. And I'm sure knows the Canada don't want to face Reggae Boyz too early in the tournament.
I'm circling the date for that quarterfinal because I feel like the U.S. with Jamaica being in Jamaica's group, I think Jamaica will finish second, but I think it'll be an easy second for Jamaica. But that would mean Canada would face Jamaica in the quarterfinal. I'm circling that date as soon as I know what Canada's quarterfinal could be. I'm circling that date on the calendar because I know that Canada-Jamaica game will be an awesome one.
Definitely. But what realistic you think challenge the Jamaican team after? You see we play against Mexico, you see we play against Argentina under this coach. What realistic chance you think Jamaica have?
They're definitely 4th favorite, I would say. I think they're in the mix. I don't think they're up there. I think U.S. and Canada are the big betting favorites, but I wouldn't be shocked if Jamaica could pull a shock. Mexico is always still there, even though they're falling apart. They're still 3rd, so you still have the big 3. But outside of that, I'd say Jamaica has as good of a chance as any outside of the big 3. I'd say they're probably the best out of the non-big 3 teams in this Gold Cup, Jamaica.
So, yes, you see us in the top 4. But what do you think Jamaica need to get as an outsider looking in on the Jamaican national team? What make you, or I should phrase it this better way. What you think a missing piece from Jamaica to winning the Gold Cup? What do you think?
I think Leon Bailey needs to have better performances. I think he's always been a bit lackadaisical with Jamaica. It just never comes together for Leon Bailey with the Reggae Boyz. It just hasn't, even against Mexico. I think he needs to be more, he needs to realize what he means to the Reggae Boyz. I don't think he realizes how much he should be the talisman. I don't think he realizes it. If he realizes what he means and how much that team needs him to carry it, even though Bobby Reed is great, even though Michael Antonio is great, we don't know if he'll be there, but he may. Even though Andre Blake is a great goalkeeper, Leon Bailey needs to know what he means to the Reggae Boyz. He needs to carry himself like the leader, like the man in that locker room. That's what he needs to do. If he does that, Jamaica has as good of a chance as any to win the Gold Cup if Leon Bailey produces to the level that we've been expecting since 2019. But he never has. If he produces to that level where he is the man, Jamaica can win. They could shock everybody. That's the one thing I think Jamaica need more than anything.
Yeah. You say our biggest player need to step up. If Bailey can be consistent, we have a great chance to win the Gold Cup.
yes, that's the biggest thing you need. You have the pieces, you have the coach now. Bailey needs to be the one to step up. He needs to respond.
Need to be more consistent and stuff. I understand, but because you're a big player, them every single time I see Kyle Lowry just fine in the back of the net. Jonathan Davis, you have Anfans Davis. You know, we see all of these Canadian players that when they put on a national color, they make it be a point of duty. Do you think they make a difference for you guys? You're a key player?
Yes, because Steven Eustachio is a damn good midfielder, but he even puts out a bigger level than he does at Porto. He's good at Porto, but I don't see Eustachio play to the level at Porto that he does with Canada. He cares about putting on the Canadian jersey. Alphonso Davies, he's the best left back in the world, but when he plays for Canada, he's even better. Jonathan David, he may be the best striker in Lille history, but again, with Canada, he wants it more. I think when it comes to the national team, even though these players are great players outside of the country, when they play for Canada, they have more heart than they do with their club team. They want Canada to be as successful as Herdman wants them to be. The reason it works is because the players want this just as bad as John Herdman does, just as bad as the fans do. The players want the success just as much as everybody else does. And they know what the shirt means. They know what the plan is. They know what they need to be to become one of the best teams in Concacaf and hopefully a contender in the world. And they know what the meaning is. They know what the plan is. And they stick to that plan, no matter how much they get punched in the face, which they have at times. Canada's gotten punched in the face since 2019, since 2018. They've gotten punched in the face. They still resolve. They step back up, they get off the canvas, and they keep going. And that's the one thing that you see is they never quit. They have the biggest heart of anybody, and that goes a long way.
So, your federation stay with paying the players there? When you notice that going into the Gold Cup, in the World Cup, a lot of Canadian player and the females team, or the thing off the pitch. You know, we have problem with the Jamaican Football Federation. What is it like right now for Canada?
There's still a lot of discord with the federation. They are slowly working through the labor problems, but there's still a anger towards the CSA, but there always has been a antagonizing situation with the CSA. But as time goes on, of course, Bontis left. There's an interim president. I think things are starting to calm down a bit now. It was a lot worse a couple of months ago, and it was building to that point. But as of now, I think things are starting to get a bit better. But again, I don't think the players, if they're on the pitch when they play, I don't really think that bothers them. I think they ignore the noise and just pay attention to the job at hand. Then once they're done, they deal with the current job at hand, which is the labor discussions. Mm-hmm. So I think they can compartmentalize what they need at the moment very well.
Okay. So, all right. So let's get into the meat of the matter, because a lot of people want to know the group and all of them stuff then. Who the second place team will face in the Jamaican group, the Canada group, the whole of the group. So I want you to go through it. That's the people them can have an understanding. People, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to Ryan Henderson. Yes, people, Ryan Henderson. I'm going to put up the. So people, that's Ryan Henderson. So don't forget to go and show him some love and think. So Ryan Henderson, let's get into it, shall we?
Yep, let's go.
So yeah, go for it. Talk to me.
So starting with Group A, we got the United States, Jamaica, Nicaragua, and winner of playoff 9, Curacao, St. Kitts, French Guiana, and Saint Martin, most likely Curacao. What do you think about your group?
I think it's a group that I'm okay with. I like this group. I think we playing in the United States early. That simply means that we can face them in the semi-final. All right, so that's the most important thing. And we're on the good side of the job. So that's very important for me. So this group is a very good group. I'm expecting Curacao to come in this group. I think Curacao is a much better team than the rest of the team. So I'm expecting Curacao to come in this group. All right. But one thing I want to say about this group, right? I think with us probably nailed on 2 friendly games going into that Gold Cup, I think we have a strong possibility that we can tap this group over the United States. Because recently, when we play against the United States, they don't play us off the pitch or off the park. I just think that every time we play the United States, whether it be in Canada or whether it be in the USA, we always have a chance to beat the United States. So Jamaica tap that group, in my opinion.
That's a take. That's a hot take.
Yeah. You don't think so?
The current champion. Okay. I mean, y'all will get out of the group. Like, I believe that, but depending if Hudson's still the manager, you might shock the U.S. But if they find somebody, they find their guy before Gold Cup, maybe because of the new situation with the manager, maybe still. That's the only way I could see it.
Listen, all right. It's a possibility that Demari Gray and Leon Bailey play wing for us. It's a possibility that he's a Jamaican, Demari Gray, in the Gold Cup. So that gives me a little bit more confidence.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and we have Rusty in the CDM too, so that's an extra thing.
I mean, Jamaica played well against Mexico, and that's the one I really keyed in on, and they can give a fight. That was the Azteca. That was some balls. So, I mean, it's possible that they do beat the USA, but I got to believe it when I see it. Like, I could see how it's possible. Like, I can make the calculations, but it's like in math when you're doing calculus. It's like I could see how that's right, but I don't feel like that's right, you know?
So you don't think we can top the group? You think USA are topping?
I think the USA is going to top the group. As of now, it's going to be close, but USA is going to top the group. Jamaica has an easy second. Curacao could finish third, I think.
Curacao. Okay.
They get in. If it's Curacao, they could finish third. So as of now, I still like the USA to top the group, but I could see where you're coming from. It just seemed a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
If you're right.
And then because the United States haven't beat, they beat Jamaica, but it's always been a close game. In Kingston, Jamaica, I think we should have beat them.
I would agree.
I think America due to get a beating from Jamaica, and I think it's going to come in this Gold Cup.
Fair enough. Playing on not neutral field. It's going to be in the U.S., but you get my point.
Yeah, definitely. So I see Jamaica tapping this group, and I think USA will be the runners-up.
All right. We'll see how that turns out. Let's move on to Group B. Mexico, Haiti, Honduras, and Qatar. Qatar back as guests, going in a group with Mexico, Haiti, and Honduras. I like to call this the group of the underachievers.
You think so?
Because Qatar got slapped at the World Cup. Mexico's falling apart like a cheap suit. Haiti is probably the least underachieving of them all, and Honduras is horrible right now. So this could go anyway. Honduras may not make it out of the group for once.
But one thing I want to tell you still, Honduras, they finish bottom of the World Cup qualifier group, but I think they play a lot of young players in the second part of the World Cup qualifier. So with the younger player that playing in the World Cup qualifier, that's a lot of experience for them and stuff, but I think I'm not expecting a lot from Honduras in this tournament. Probably next World Cup qualifier to see how them build up them team.
Like 2025 is like when I'm really starting to expect some out of Honduras.
Yeah.
Even the next Nations League where they could qualify for Copa America, I just don't see it.
So tell me something. We have a next Gold Cup after this in what?
We have 2025 Gold Cup, 2024 Copa America. So next summer is the Copa America where there'll be 6 CONCACAF teams. 2025, there's always a Gold Cup every 2 years.
Okay.
But in 25, there'll also be guests from multiple confederations. So it's like a mini World Cup.
Okay.
So they'll have UEFA guests, Asian guests, African guests, 2 CONMEBOL guests. I think it's 16 teams, so it would be 10 and 6. Or was it 24, 16 and 8? But something like that I heard rumors of, so for 25. Well, lots of guests. So there will be another Gold Cup in 25.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So let's move on to the all right. Still on that.
What I thought about Group B.
Yeah, still on that group, but yeah, I haven't given my prediction yet. So my bad. So I think Mexico. I don't like what I see from Mexico. Mexico still not willing to change their squad. Still not willing to bring in a lot of young players in the squad. For me, I think this group is open.
Yes.
But I'm just expecting Mexico to tap it. Anything can happen. Qatar, I don't know what I'm going to get from them. I saw they play in the last Gold Cup and I was banking on Qatar, right? But going into that World Cup at home, man, they are not good enough, man.
Yeah, they peaked during the 21 Gold Cup. Now they do have Carlos Queiroz as their new manager, so that could be something.
Where is he from?
Queiroz just coached Iran at the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a legendary coach.
Yeah.
Queiroz. So it's another one of those jobs that he gets because he's legendary and has a good sense of how to play the game. But if Iran, I think this is too early for Qatar. I think if they're going to build into something for 26, this is the starting point. They have to take their licks. So personally, I think Mexico will top the group by default. I don't think they're going to do that good. I think they're not going to look convincing, as they have not looked convincing for ages now, since Denver of 21. I think Mexico will still unconvincingly top the group. I think Honduras and Qatar will be fighting for second. And whoever doesn't finish.
I think Haiti always do well enough.
Here's the thing. I mean, Haiti could shockingly finish second, but I still think it's going to be a dogfight between all the other 3 for second, if we're being honest. Like, Haiti's not out of it. But I want to see some out of Honduras. You know, I want to see some out of Honduras for the first time since the Octo. I really do, actually. I'm starting to feel sorry for them.
All right, makes sense. So for me, I'm going with Honduras.
So Mexico, Honduras?
Yeah. Mexico, Honduras. People, smash the like button, people. I have almost 150 of you guys. I haven't have even 50 likes, people. Come on, people. Do better than that, my beautiful people. Smash the like button. Stop what you're doing right now. Mr. United, big league. Big up on yourself. Patrick Holness, big up on yourself. Really appreciate all of you guys down in the comment section. Reggae Boyz Nation, big up yourself. You know, Devon Porter, big up yourself. Bell, big up yourself. Shavar, big up yourself. All of the man them, big up on yourself down in the comment section. People, smash the like button. If you're watching back on the replay, share your thought down in the comment section. All right, Ryan, let's move on to the next group.
All right, halfway through, we got Group C, the group of death in my book, especially if Suriname get there. Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, and the winner of Prelim 8, Martinique, St. Lucia, Suriname, or Puerto Rico. Again, most likely Suriname is the favorite for that spot. But if it is Suriname, Group C is the group of death. It's just way too even. It's way too even. Costa Rica has not had a good couple of months since the World Cup. Panama's looked pretty good. They look great in Nations League. And El Salvador is building something, and Suriname, they're building something too. There's a good chance that this group does not finish the way you think it does. Anybody could win it. Anybody could get out, and we could have some heartbreakers out of Group C.
Yeah, this group is a very tricky group, bro. So here's the thing now with this group, right? Big up yourself, special edition. Stefan, big up yourself. Big up yourself, General. Here's the thing now with this group. I think Panama finding their feet right now.
Yeah.
I like the way Panama playing the World Cup qualifier, but they didn't have the strength, the squad depth to continue with the great start they start in the World Cup qualifier campaign. El Salvador is a team, tricky team. They have a very young team in the World Cup qualifier. So I am expecting Panama and El Salvador to do way better than what they do in the World Cup qualifier, because they have a very young squad. So this group is a very tricky one. You have Costa Rica that do very well in the World Cup qualifier. In the World Cup they did not do too bad neither. For me, I think Costa Rica with the experience always have that nod when they play Panama. For some reason why Panama don't play too well against Costa Rica. I don't know why.
Well,
Right?
I mean, the last time they played, Panama knocked them out of the Nations League.
Yeah.
So that's why they're playing Canada in early June.
So I'm going with Panama to top the group. Panama, and I'm going with Costa Rica because of them experience.
For me, when it comes to Group C, I just have a feeling Costa Rica with that Nations League defeat, I could see why the experience factor could get them out of the group. And it's a two-team group instead of a two-team get out instead of one. I think Panama finishes top, though. I think they're playing really good right now. I think they're playing well. El Salvador, Costa Rica, and Suriname, I think as of now, I would put Costa Rica second. I think El Salvador has more to learn. They did play well against the USA in Nations League this past window. Hugo Perez is building something good in El Salvador, but the thing is I just don't know if it's up to par yet. Like, I think they need to take some more experience from the Gold Cup. If they play well and they give a run to try to get to second and they get close, that's what they want, frankly. I don't think there's a big hope they get out of the group, but if they do, that's a really good success. If they give it a fight, that's a good success. That's success. For me, Suriname's also there, though. That could make it easier for Costa Rica to get out of the group because Suriname is going to give a fight to everybody. And I wouldn't be shocked if Suriname makes a run either. But as of now, I got Costa Rica, Panama, Costa Rica top two.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Shall we move on? We can move on from this one. So
all right.
Yeah.
And Group D, finally, the good old Canadian group. Canada, Guatemala, Cuba, and the winner of preliminary round 7, Trinidad and Tobago, Guadeloupe, Guyana, or Grenada. Most likely that would be Trinidad or Grenada. One of those two. For me personally, Canada got an easy group. That was one of the best draws that I've seen. Canada got the easy group, and I'm happy with it. They were top 4. They got a first seed, Group D. And when it comes to it, Guatemala is going to be an interesting match, but I think Cuba, last time Canada played Cuba, they boat raced them 3 times in 2019, I think, and Canada's much better than that already. And Cuba, yeah, they may have won their Nations League group, but I still think, and come back up to League A, but I still think Canada is just much more quality. When it comes to Trinidad would be interesting if it was. If it's Grenada, I think Canada it'll be an open game, but I think Canada would easily dominate Grenada as well, just like the USA did back in Nations League a couple of weeks ago. Trinidad might be a harder game than we expect, but I can't see anything but Canada getting 9 points.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So, the matchup will go with these group.
So, for quarterfinals, if you have the group winner for Group D, Canada versus Jamaica, Mexico would play Panama, Costa Rica would play Honduras, Guatemala would play the United States. Those would be the quarterfinal.
Mm-hmm.
If the Guatemala was second. But that's Group D1 against A2, A1 against D2, C1 against B2, B1 against D2, and then the semifinals would be B versus D would be the semifinal. On Canada, Mexico, they would have a side of the bracket. A and C would be the other semi. The winners of that. So Mexico and Canada could be a semifinal. United States would have their own semifinal against most likely Costa Rica or B and D. So, yeah, A1 and C1 would lead to a semifinal. B1 and D1 would lead up to a semifinal. So that's what that looks like. So if Canada wins the group, they'd have a semifinal against Mexico if Mexico were to finish second and win their quarterfinal.
Mm. So in your case, then, if you top the group, you will get Mexico.
In the semis. If we top the group in the quarterfinals, if Jamaica were to finish second, they get Jamaica. So Canada, Jamaica in the quarters. D1 versus A2. Then if Mexico were to runner up and then win their quarterfinal, it would be Canada, Mexico.
Okay. Interested. But United States, because they get the easy job again.
I don't think it's that much better, but
I think Jamaica, if Jamaica top them group, that'd be great for us.
oh yeah, it would be. I think so. But for the USA, that would be crazy if it was USA, Canada in the quarters.
That's what I want.
I mean, I know you do. Hey, I'd gladly knock him out early. Hey, just walk straight to the Gold Cup. I'll take knocking out the USA early instead of knocking him out in the final 2 times in 1 year.
Mm. They knock you out last Gold Cup,
No, Mexico did.
Mexico.
And then US beat Mexico.
Yeah.
But I'm good with that. I'm good with winning the Nations League over the USA and then a month later knocking them out in the quarters. Then walking straight to the Gold Cup. I'm fine with it.
Okay, fair enough. Interested. But who are the players that you're looking for in this Gold Cup, though?
See, here's the thing about that. It looks like this will be another A/B team Gold Cup because of the Nations League, especially for teams like USA, Canada, and Mexico. So for me, I'm looking for Io Akinola, hopefully to show why he's still the starting striker, the option for TFC, and a good backup for Canada. I hope Fuller and Balogun shows up at the Gold Cup. That would be nice.
He get him USA passport?
It looks like he's choosing the USA, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. But it looks like he's about to go USA, Balogun.
Interested.
I hope he plays the Gold Cup. That would be nice to watch. For me, I hope that the Gold Cup is more A players than B players. Davies was going to play 21 before he got hurt, so I would think he's going to play at this Gold Cup. Eustachio probably will play. So it'll be interesting to see how Canada lines up and who they call up. But maybe the Nations League changes that. So it'll be interesting to see if the Nations League is everything and then they try to pull what the U.S. pulled in 21 and try to win with a B squad. But It'll be interesting.
Interested. Would love for them to bring them BC. Cause that's give Jamaica a better chance to lift a Gold Cup.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the B team would at least win their group. But we'll see.
Yeah. So on the Jamaican side now, people, Al Grimson, playthings is over now. Playtime over. JFF playtime is over. You know, get Coach Al Grimson the match he need to prepare this team because we have a chance. You hear Ryan talk about B team. You know, we need to shoot on all of these teams that taking these Gold Cup for granted. So that's what we need
you'll
to
bring
do.
your A team. I believe that.
Yeah, I think this is a
I think the B teams are more people who've been in the Nations League. Like it's about the teams that were in the Nations League. So Panama, US, Canada, Mexico. Like those are the teams that I'm more worried about, like either melding their A and B teams or just going B team in general. Because we saw what happened in 21. So I'm just going by conventional wisdom.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see what's going to happen for Jamaica. But Ryan, you have anything more you want to say? Because we don't want to have this one long, you know.
I think we're good.
Okay. So people, make sure you smash the like button, people. I'm going to get some sleep right now, people. You understand? So we'll be back tomorrow. So look out for us to be back tomorrow. So sorry for the late start, but prefer late than, you know, you never do anything and stuff. Ryan and this, thanks for coming in and stuff. Really do appreciate you coming to share your knowledge and the Canadian team. But let's see, I'm going to do some whole heap of covering of the Gold Cup for this upcoming 2023. So people, look forward for it. Big up yourself, enough love and respect. Guys, see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, for your boy Ryan, LFC, and Ryan and this, we like to say peace.
Oh, and them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector. And me I represent for Ryan, LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say, knock it, Ryan.